a couple of organizers for the Wauwatosa parade that happened, rain or shine, by the way. It's now looking to be pretty clear out there now. And so a lot of folks are either just finishing their parade and reminiscing on the good time that they had, or other parade events or July 4th festivities are getting started right about now. We will have our Stephanie coming on, one of our reporters coming on, talking about the festival she's at. That'll happen a little bit later in the broadcast here. But for a brief moment, let's listen in to what's happening in D.C. I think you'll love what you see and hear. You know, we are working on making sure you have audio. If you guys bear with me, we'll make sure this is up and running so you can hear some of this parade happening in our nation's capital. You know, we may not have audio. There it is. There it is. You know what? Just took a couple of button pushing, but here we are. I'll stop talking for a bit so you can take in the sights and sounds of this 4th of July parade in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Wisconsin Live Desk. Donovan Long here. If you are just now joining us here this afternoon on this glorious Independence Day, you're taking a listen and a look at what's happening in our nation's capital. This is a 4th of July parade happening there. Dozens of people are along the parade route celebrating our nation's 249th birthday. As you can imagine, a lot of parents, a lot of kids, grandparents, all descending here along the route to usher in what is become a beautiful day to celebrate the 4th of July. There are so many parades, as you can imagine, happening all over the country, and not just in D.C. We're talking parades in our own community here in Milwaukee, specifically in Wauwatosa. There's one in Whitefish Bay. We've had some of our crews sprinkled in some of these parades that are happening in our own community, but there's also a parade happening to our south, which brings us now to Chicago. This is where we are taking a live look. You see kids getting some candy and some different, things to take away as they participate in this parade. We'll give you a live look at what's going on here as folks ring in the holiday with their families. I'll take a listen to it so you all can enjoy it if you're watching us from home or another location. Check this out.
another short one and do your application.
Let's hear it for the Cornets! Are you alive?
My apologies, everyone. It looks like my microphone was muted this whole time. Wanted to give you a live look over Washington, D.C. now, which is also, okay, you could hear me. My apologies. I think we're having some technical difficulties on my end where it appears that I didn't realize I was being heard. So anyway, yes, a momentous occasion for the president and what he is getting ready to sign in terms of his big, beautiful bill. That's what he's calling his big tax bill, a huge part of his reelection, a huge part of his campaign for reelection the second time around has been this big, beautiful bill. And we are now seeing it come to fruition as Congress did pass this bill. And so we are waiting on the president to sign it. This will be something that will certainly mark his second term in office. All of this taking place on Independence Day. Again, as I mentioned, this is something that the president wanted to be done by today. This was his self-imposed deadline. Obviously, Congress met that deadline. And so this is just something that is going to continue to play out. You know, there will be some potential fallout from it as Democrats and some members of the president's own party were not on board with this. So this is, again, something that is taking place as we are continuing to celebrate our nation's 249th birthday. So a lot going on Independence Day, not only in our nation's capital, but around the country. And I do want to get back out because, look, it's the time to celebrate, right? Despite what you believe politically, this is something that we can all rally around. Our independence, we know so many other nations and so many other countries around the world don't have the freedoms that we enjoy. So I want to go back out to another parade where folks are celebrating the nation's independence right here on the 4th of July. Let's take a look. And by the way, this is in Chicago, just to our south, not too far away from us here.
Need a flag? Sorry. Tell me about your shirt and why you
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk here. We are taking a live look over what's happening to our south right here in Chicago, a 4th of July parade, just one of dozens happening all over the country. Earlier in the broadcast, we've been showing you what's happening in our nation's capital. Not only are lawmakers there, some of which are celebrating the president's passing, Congress's passing rather, of the president's big, beautiful bill, but they're also celebrating our nation's independence. This is America's 249th birthday, so a lot of folks, regardless of where they fall politically, are celebrating the freedoms that we all enjoy here in our great country of America. And so we're seeing that reflected in a number of parades, again, happening right here in Chicago, which is what you're looking at now, but in D.C., here in Milwaukee, specifically in Whitefish Bay. There was one in Wauwatosa earlier this morning. So everyone, a lot of folks off work, taking their families, their kids, their spouses, to enjoy a wonderful day here in Southeast Wisconsin and in Chicago that we have dubbed as the 4th of July, our nation's independence. But we'll take a quick short break as you all continue getting your barbecues ready and your parades, outfits ready. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. We'll be back.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Wisconsin Live Desk. Donovan Long here, in for Carl Deffenbaugh on this glorious July 4th holiday. We are celebrating America's 249th birthday. As you can imagine, a host of parades are taking place all over our community, not just us here, but across the nation, really. We are also seeing festivities that are popping up in honor of the July 4th holiday. We're also seeing this. You guys, this is the last weekend of Summerfest. These are the incredible musicians who will be performing later today at the U.S. Cellular Connection stage, which we at Fox 6 are sponsors of. I've got to be, a little partial here right now, if you don't mind. Alex Warren, the gentleman on the far right-hand corner of your screen, is going to be performing, I believe, at 10 o'clock tonight. You may recognize him from social media, perhaps TikTok even. He has a famous song called Ordinary. It has been going viral all over social media. In fact, that is the way I became aware of who this gentleman is and the incredible voice he has. But not only will you see Alex Warren tonight at 10 o'clock on our U.S. Cellular Connection stage that we're sponsoring, but you'll see Max McNone right here to the left of Alex. Then Georgina Haar and Darren Keeley. Our very own Nicola Jenowitz is a fan of all four of these artists. She was talking about how much she is looking forward to hopefully seeing them perform tonight as part of her July 4th festivities. I, in fact, also hope to make it down there at some point if I can, after going to a couple of barbecues and 4th of July festivals that are happening to see Alex Warren. Again, these are our U.S. Cellular Connection stage headliners as part of Summerfest, which will wrap up today, or this weekend, I should say, as part of July 4th weekend. We've also got some AmFam Insurance Amphitheater headliners for tonight. They are Bad Omens, Spirit Box, and We Came as Romans. Here they are on your screen. You may be familiar with their music. May have them on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever streaming service you subscribe to. But these all are incredible artists that you can catch. And it's really interesting. Some of these artists we now know as like major headliners had, in part, their start on Summerfest grounds, like Benson Boone, for example. We had him in our community a couple of years ago before he became the Benson Boone we know now. He was just here yesterday. We had some colleagues who went and saw Benson Boone with their families. Obviously, they are ranting and raving about one heck of a performance he put on, but it's so interesting to see how these artists started right here on our stage and then return to our stomping grounds to sort of pay homage to where they in part got their start. And so we are seeing so many artists like that continuing to come back and play on the amphitheater stages or the U.S. Cellular Connection stage. And it's really cool and really neat to see where they started and compare that to where they are going now. In any case, if you're just now joining us, we are on the live desk, the Wisconsin live desk this afternoon, to not only honor our nation's independence and to celebrate 4th of July, but we're also talking about different ways that you can celebrate, folks. And if you're watching, wondering where is the closest parade or festival near me, we'll help you out with that. There is an interactive map on our Fox Local mobile app and on fox6now.com that you can check out and find the nearest fireworks near you, the nearest displays, festivities. It is right at your fingertips. The only thing you gotta do is A, download our Fox Local mobile app or use your device and go to fox6now.com. This interactive map is a game changer. It does all the work for you. All you gotta do is just press a couple of buttons and you will have what you need at your leisure. So with that, we are going to continue to monitor what's happening around the country and around the world in honor of our nation's independence. Again, a lot of festivals happening, a lot of parades have already happened. Some are continuing to happen as we speak. And yes, and again, if you have not been out to Summerfest yet, you might want to get there this weekend, as last weekend, you can do so. So after the barbecues, the good food, the good people you surround yourself with, go hear some good music and support the artists who are coming back to our great state of Wisconsin, beautiful city of Milwaukee, to perform for us to round out our holiday weekend. All right, folks, I want to give you a live look now at the White House shining in all of its glory. There she is as we celebrate the nation's independence. A big thing we are expecting later today is the president to sign his big, beautiful bill, as he puts it. This is something that he has been really hoping Congress could pass, and of course they did so, brought that aspect to fruition. We expect the president to sign the big, beautiful tax bill around the 4 o'clock hour, so in roughly 3.5 hours from now or so, really, about 3.5 hours or so. But this, as you can imagine, as you've probably been following, has been a point of contention not only between Democrats and Republicans, but between Republicans and some of their colleagues in their own party. A lot of them saying this is raising the debt ceiling. A lot of Democrats saying this is cutting Medicaid and SNAP benefits for so many Americans who rely on those resources to live their daily lives and to take care of their families and provide for them. But despite all odds, the president will be able to sign his big, beautiful tax bill in the 4 o'clock hour. This has been a self-imposed deadline. He said he wanted Congress to pass this by July 4th. That is something he wanted. That is something he is evidently going to get. We know that Democrats and Republicans have debated this spending bill for hours on end, working all through the night to debate different proposals, different revisions. We are here now, though. They managed to come to one accord or get there, and it was a tight vote, I should say, but they managed to pass it along, not across party lines, I should say, but they managed to get this done and get it to the president's desk, which again he will sign by the 4 o'clock hour at some point today. So this is a big part of Independence Day for the president and his supporters and some members of his own party. So that is something we will be following throughout the day, and we'll provide updates on our Fox local mobile app as well as fox6now.com. In the meantime, we'll take a quick short break and be back on the Wisconsin Live Desk to update you with regard to what's going on around our nation and around our community. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Good afternoon, everybody. Donovan Long here, joining you with the Wisconsin Live Desk. Thank you so much for being with us. If you are new to what we call Wild Wisconsin Live Desk, this is our real-time way of disseminating information to you real-time as to what's going on not only in our community but around our country. Speaking of our country, we're celebrating America's independence. Today, folks, is America's 249th birthday. Yes, happy 4th of July. This is a very important holiday, not only for you and I, because of the freedoms that we enjoy, but because of the folks, the veterans, and our members of our military who have and are fighting for our freedom. And we know a lot of you have some family members who may be flying in today. Want to take a quick shot of the Mitchell International Airport, where clear skies are out there. This was not the case earlier. Is kind of a contrast to what we saw earlier as a lot of the parades were getting underway, but that is changing. We do know that the meteorologists, be it Lisa Michaels or Rob, have been talking about how things are going to get hot and sticky, and I have not been out of the building, but I imagine they are hot and sticky as we speak. I know we're showing 81 degrees right now, so I think it's only going to get hotter and stickier from here. But we know a lot of people are coming into our great city, be it on the ground, by driving, or in the skies, flying, coming in to enjoy a beautiful celebration of 4th of July parades we are having all across America. We've seen some of them in our nation's capital in D.C. We saw dozens of people, hundreds in fact. I really can't estimate because the view of the camera only shows but so much. But there were countless families and children and spouses joining together along the parade route, celebrating the 4th of July. We know a lot of barbecues will be happening after the 4th of July parades that are still happening right now. And you got to imagine how this is such an amazing time for this country. Despite what you believe politically, it's just something that I think the common ground we all share is being able to enjoy the freedoms that so many other countries are not able to enjoy. Want to take you in just a short moment to the White House, which is going to be a very pivotal part of the day later today. That is because the president will, at 4 o'clock, be signing his big, beautiful spending bill, which Congress has passed. We know the president is expected to sign the big, beautiful bill by his self-imposed deadline of today, the 4th of July. We know when this was being debated between the House and in the Senate, the president had been saying he wants his big, beautiful spending bill on his desk by today. His wish was granted. Congress did pass that bill. We are just waiting to watch the president sign this into law, and waiting on him to, respond to, meeting his self-imposed deadline today on the 4th of July. And so you got to imagine there is a lot going on in D.C., not just inside of the White House, but certainly outside of the White House. And let's go bring it closer to home now. We have our Nicola Jenowitz standing by. She is going to be emceeing an incredible talent show that is going to happen as part of the 4th of July festivities. Nikki, it has been great seeing you in studio, great seeing you outside of it. Let's get to you to figure out what we can expect as the talent show gets underway. Hello, my friend.
Hello, Donovan. Long time no see, right? Yeah, so after work, I just hopped on 41 and came down to Alcott Park for their annual 4th of July talent show. Now, I am joined now, Don, by a very important man around here. This is Mark Coplin. He is the vice president of the Alcott Park 4th of July Planning Committee, also known as the mayor of Alcott Park. Cute story really quick. This morning, I understand you had Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson at your parade.
Correct.
And there was some confusion.
Well, several of the neighbor kids think that I'm the mayor. And when we introduced them to Cavalier Johnson, they said, "You're not the mayor, Mark is the mayor." So
that's why we love kids. They say the darndest things.
That's right.
And we're going to see a little bit of a taste of that, a showcasing, if you will, of some of the talent here in this community at their annual 4th of July talent show that's going to get underway here in just about 15 minutes or so. The seats are full. People are ready. They are waiting. Thank you, everybody. A lovely round of applause here for our young performers. Well, this year, though, is a little bit different, though, Mark. Young, it's all ages this year.
we decided to go. We were having a little trouble last year getting people to join, so we decided to go, anybody that wants to come and show some talent, come on over. So we have an open division, so anywhere from 0 to whatever. We got them all.
I love this. Okay. So can you give me a little preview of some of the talent that we can expect to see here today?
Boy, we've got, from what I understand, we've got several singing acts. We have a fantastic basketball dribbler.
Oh.
We have a person who is going to recite the 100 spots of pie. The 100 places of pie.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about food.
No, not food.
I was like, there's 100 pies.
Right.
Okay.
So, I mean, those are just some of the classics that we're going to have. And I have to throw out, this year we also have a sponsor. Wisconsin Lutheran College is sponsoring the prize money and the talent show. So,
y'all are legit. Yeah, there's
Exactly.
a lot on the line here, Don, other than just bragging rights, of course. There's actual money here. Walk me through that.
So in each we have two categories. We are $100 for first, $50 for second, and $25 for third.
Which Which is great because we've got some kids who are pretty young competitors here. So, like, I remember getting $5 from the Tooth Fairy, thinking it was $1,000.
Right.
So this is, I mean, this is good money.
$100 is big time money, I think. So
You can buy a lot of ice cream cones with that.
That's right. That's right. So
Walk me through just the tradition here at Alcott Park. Your community, you feel it as soon as you drive up. You're close-knit. You guys love to celebrate the 4th of July. You love to celebrate summer. You celebrate all day long. You started with a parade this morning at 9:45. You're going to end things tonight with literally a bang with the fireworks. They're one of 11 Milwaukee County parks that are doing fireworks tonight. How would you describe the tradition here?
it's fabulous because it's exactly like you said. I think most of the people that come are neighborhood people, and that's it's kind of that little small town neighborhood feel versus the bigger communities that have real big parades and real big celebrations. This is just mostly people around the neighborhood. So
I mean, I think you guys had a really big parade. You had not just one, but two mayors there.
that's true. It's true. And this year we had horses. We've never had horses before. So
Okay, tell me about this. How'd you get the horses?
we have a gentleman that brings cannons every year and fires the cannons, and he decided that he was going to have a horse pull one of the cannons. So he brought the horse along.
Did the horse get scared by the cannons?
I don't think so. It seemed to work good. So, I mean...
This is very authentic.
That's right.
Bringing
That's right.
people back to the Revolutionary War.
That's right. That's right. We're all about spanning the ages or something like that. So.
Beautiful. Okay, so talent show here is about to get underway in about 15 minutes. You had a parade this morning. Tell me about that. How long has that been going on, and who all comes out to this?
The parade's been going on for 40 years. And again, it started as basically the schools. We used to have them line up at each school and then they would join, but it's just become a neighborhood. Just join the parade and come on along, and we get bands, we get fire trucks, we get old cars, so it's fun.
There's a lot of kids here I've noticed too at Alcott Park, a lot of young families.
Yeah.
I bet the kids get it. Do they ride their bikes? Do they take...
Ride their bikes. You have a bike and wagon decorating contest, so yeah, so...
That's great.
We have games afterwards, and so.
And this is really the perfect setting for all of the festivities today because there's a pool right over here somewhere. Yep.
Right.
There's also a little baseball diamond here for folks to play baseball. So there's a lot of activities going on
all day, like you said. I mean, leading up to the fireworks.
Speaking of the fireworks, I wanted to raise that with you. As we've been, reporting and talking about, a lot of communities are switching over to drones. Now, you guys are a very traditional 4th of July celebration. Do you see that in your future? Have you explored that at all? What are your thoughts?
We haven't heard anything from the city as far as canceling, and I think that's their big push. Is last year when they decided to not have the fireworks down at the lakefront, the county executive's part of his pushback was, well, we have fireworks at all the city parks. And so, I hope that it continues. I think from what I've heard of people that are going to the drone shows, I mean, they're nice, but
It's different.
nothing like the bang, so.
I hear you. So are you involved in that? Like what, do you guys sync them up to music or anything, or?
No, so what we basically, our group, I mean, we coordinate the whole thing, but the city coordinates the fireworks and like the ice cream in the morning. They hand out free ice cream in the morning, and that's what they provide. But then we do everything else. So,
talk to me about that a little bit, about the community effort that's underway here to really keep all of these activities going.
That's the important thing. We need people. It's like any volunteer organization. The people that volunteer are great. All the people with the shirts on, but we always need more people, and it's hard to keep. We keep telling them we got to have you to keep this going. So.
Well, we were, talking to you a little bit about how people are really busy nowadays. They're busy with their jobs, they're busy with their families. There's so many distractions now. It's hard for people to find the time, but you clearly do.
Right.
You reached out to me about doing this, in like February, March?
Right,
you were on it.
You gotta have. Yep.
Why do you do this?
I think it's just, again, keeping the community. I think it's important to keep the community in the neighborhood and keep people here. So I think that's the most fun and exciting part of it. People keep showing up like this.
Did you grow up in this community?
Not at all. I mean, I've lived here since we've been married, but I was actually on the other side of town. But I lived by a park too, and that had fireworks. So it's kind of always been that way for me. So, yeah. And my kids are that way. My kids all live out a ways, and they all come back for this. They all want to come here. So it's kind of nice.
I love that. It kind of reminds me in Wisconsin that the 4th of July is like the Christmas of summer, where everybody comes home for the holiday. They go up to the lake houses. They hang out here in Alcott Park and just kind of relive all of that nostalgia from their childhood.
Absolutely. I think you're right. When you go to the grocery store before the 4th of July, I think more people are buying stuff for the 4th than they do even for Christmas and everything, as far as food and beverages. So.
Now, I do remember from last year, Mark, you guys do a pretty impressive cookout at your house.
I was going to say, not that we would know anything about beverages, but yes, we do. So
the coolers are ready, is what you're saying.
Again, like you said, it's just people want to come and sit for the day and wait for the fireworks. So
wonderful. All right. Well, I know you have a lot to do here as sort of the master of ceremonies for the talent show. I'll let you get ready here. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us here on Fox Local.
Oh, thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
I'm so excited. It's going to be a great show this year. I'm really excited, too, about this all ages aspect. No, I think we might have some late additions, and I'm here for it.
Right, exactly. Should be fun.
Oh, my gosh, it will be fun. Okay, well, Don, do you have time? Can I give you a little, sights and sounds here at Alcott Park?
Please do. First of all, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge this. This is your Wisconsin Live Desk debut. Welcome, my friend.
Oh,
you look great.
thank you.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
in the spirit
It's great to be here.
you look great. In the spirit of the talent show you will be hosting, do you have a talent that you will be putting on display?
No, if you put me on the spot like this, you may not see me on Fox Local again. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
I have a talent. I don't know that it would, I do like to dance.
You do like to
I
dance.
think if I were to do one, it would be some sort of a dance. The photojournalist Jeff is looking at me like, what? She dances? I do. I don't know if I have anything prepared.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that I might not jump in there.
There you go. There you go. Anything is possible.
It would be a conflict of interest. Because I am hosting this. So, yeah. No, but it's really great. I'm excited for you to see it. We're going to be streaming this whole thing, and I can't wait to show people just how this event is really fun. It's really low key. It's relaxed. It feels like family here. I think one of the reasons I love coming to this is because it's homey. You really feel like everyone here cares about their community. They care about the 4th of July. They care about each other. A lot of folks have been celebrating this for, decades now. So it's really important. And that's why you see so many incredible volunteers who are working so hard each and every year, folks like Mark, to keep this going. So, Jeff, do you mind if we do a little pan around the park?
Yes, pan around. Let's see what's behind you.
He's going to take it
Our
off the
photojournalist
tripod.
getting after
We're
it.
going to free range this. Here, watch the cord there. I don't want you to get. Hey, everybody, how's it going? You're live on Fox Local, our streaming service. They're like, oh, we didn't sign up for this. Okay, so how long have you guys been here today? Since it started? What, at 9:30 this morning? For the parade? Wait, okay. Can I come talk to you? Okay. Hi, what's your name?
Delphine Krieger. And we've been here, this has been running for 57 years at this park, because we lived here and our daughter was born on the 3rd of July and the 4th was celebrated. So we know it's 57 years at this park, every 4th.
I love that so much. And I'm sure you have not missed a year.
Oh, well, listen.
Maybe a few.
We've worked every year outside of the last 2 years. Well, we still helped out, but we quit working because we're getting older now and it's getting a little harder, Well,
you've earned it. You have to be able to relax and enjoy your community.
It is. It's wonderful to see all these people. It's all family orientated, all the people that come here and congregate. So it's beautiful.
It sure sounds like it. Okay, so you're telling me a little bit about your tradition this morning, about how you get up, you look outside. Walk me through your routine on the 4th of July.
Well, I get up in the morning. Usually when we worked here, we were up at 6 o'clock because the ice cream truck would be here by 7:45. The Cedar Crest, and we had to make sure that he was here. And the parade used to be at 9 o'clock, and then they moved it to 9:45. So it's a little later in the day, but like today with the rain, it was good that it was a little later. But other than that, and we help out here, and then we go by our neighbor and eat their food and drink their beer, and we have a good time.
So now I get why you guys like living here. This is a real community.
That's Mark Copland, the fellow that you know, Mark Copland.
Oh, I know. He offered me that same beer and that same food last year.
That's good. You should take him up on it.
The food is good. It's all volunteered. Everybody gives something.
Okay.
Like you're.
Tell me about the spread. What do you guys have?
Well, we're having shrimp
Hamburgers,
salad,
brats.
hamburgers and brats,
Potato salad, 7 different desserts.
Wait, how many desserts?
7.
7 different desserts.
7
okay, I have to ask you.
desserts.
My co-anchor, you know what I was going to ask him, Don? By any chance, do you guys have chicken apple sausages? That's Donovan's favorite. Meat treat.
Oh, no, just the brats, the Italian sausage, hamburgers, and then we have hors d'oeuvres that are out there now before we eat. And then we have dessert after we eat all this, and there's 7 desserts, so then you have desserts. And then the fireworks are here.
And to all a good night. That sounds like so much fun. Thank you guys. A long day.
You better come and eat some of that food.
Oh, I'll come. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that sounds great.
Oh, I have no plans after this. I will see you there across the street. Thank you, guys. All right, yes, you just heard it there. This is something that's been going on now for several hours. Folks are just hanging out, relaxing, catching up. You know, the summer can be so busy, and so it's a nice opportunity to connect with everybody, say hi to the neighbors. So this is the stage here, Don, where the talent show is going to take place.
Wonderful.
Yes, we have several acts, as you probably just heard from Mark. It's going to be an all-ages situation this year. So I assume this is where I go.
Nick, this is your chance to
everyone's
dance. This is
They
your
think I'm
chance to
performing.
dance.
This is my chance to dance. Okay.
We'll have to get some
This
music
is
in
how
there
we
for
dance.
you.
Older category.
I know I need a little music, huh?
So we only have 3 contestants in the older category. You could play.
In the older category, what are you saying, Mark?
You're over 14.
I am over 14.
that's
I'm
all I
just,
got.
I'm just messing with you. I just had to give you a hard time.
He started
Just
sweating.
giving you a hard time.
He
Okay,
started
so
sweating.
just messing with him. So yes, this is the stage. Oh, looks like we're getting underway here. So I'm just going to step out of the
Good
way.
afternoon, Alcott Park.
Well, I don't want to interrupt you. I know you have a
All right,
job
Don.
to do.
It looks. I know. I think I have to trade this microphone for that microphone. But thanks for having me on Fox
Thanks for
Local. This was
coming.
so much fun.
Thank you for joining us, Nick. So good to see you. Okay, do your thing. Enjoy. Have so much fun.
But I'm going to bring up.
I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, man, Nick is the greatest, you guys. She is so much fun. As you can tell, she was having so much fun. She is emceeing the talent show right there in Alcott Park, which is on the southwest side of Milwaukee. I just love that community and how she was showcasing that community and how they really rally around that talent show. So we are going to wait to see if Nikki dances. We are certainly going to see how each of those groups and those contestants perform. I know Nick's going to take a bunch of pictures. We'll likely talk about that on Monday after you all come back to work from a wonderful holiday weekend. Okay, folks, in the meantime, we are going to take a quick, short break and be right back here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are new, thank you for being with us. We'll see you right back here in just a few minutes.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Alrighty, good afternoon, everybody. Donovan Long here, coming to you live from our Wisconsin Live Desk in our FOX6 studios here. We have been having a good time celebrating our nation's independence and the festivities that come along with it. We are ringing in America's 249th birthday. As you can imagine, a lot of events happening, and not just 4th of July events, y'all. We're talking Summerfest events. This is the last weekend for it. I want to give you a look at the performers you can expect to see if you head down to the grounds later today. Here's the lineup for the U.S. Cellular Connection stage. These are the headliners right there. We are a proud sponsor here at Fox 6 of the U.S. Cellular Connection stage. We've got from left to right, Darren Keeley, Georgie Nahar, Max McNone, and dare I say, my personal favorite, Alex Warren. This gentleman can sing, y'all. I got wind of him through social media like so many of you all did. His like #1 song right now is called Ordinary. It is an amazing song. You've likely heard it on TikTok or Instagram. Again, various social media platforms. This guy is going to perform at 10 o'clock. Don't mean to be a little partial here. I just got to shout the guy out because he is on my iPhone under a couple playlists because he can sing. He's great. Okay, also coming up tonight later, after you finish the family barbecues, Bad Omens, Spirit Box, and We Came as Romans. These three groups of musicians, they will be at the American Family Insurance Amphitheater. Okay, let's bring it a little closer to home again now. We're going to go to Alcott Park. That's on the southwest side of Milwaukee. We have these great folks who are participating in the talent contest where Nikki is. Let's listen in to what they are doing out there.
This is so that. To the beach, y'all. Yeah. Now basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I keep it so fresh on the microphone. I like no interruption when the game is on. I like slam dunk to take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go. And it's basketball. Bow wow, let's go. All around the world.
Go Kyrie, go Kyrie, go Kyrie, go Kyrie, go Kyrie. Oh my gosh, that was amazing! Give it up for Kyrie, 8 years old, and already a gifted basketball player. Hey Kyrie, question for you. Do you play basketball at school? How did you learn to do that?
Mostly my dad and the red hat.
That's your dad over there in the red hat? Well, he must be a really good basketball player too.
Yeah.
Runs in the family?
Yeah.
You gonna join the Milwaukee Bucks someday?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Well, we'll see, what other offers he gets, right? You got to keep an open mind. Kyrie, you were amazing. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Kyrie. Talk about a strong start to our talent show here, guys. That was really good. And I like, too, that this was a unique talent this year. I don't think we had a basketball player last year. So give it up one more time for Kyrie, please. Okay, next we have Miss Amelia, 10 years old. And I'm so sorry. 2 Amelias? The dancing one. Dancing Amelia. That is. Are you the dancing Amelia? Oh, you got your boots on. Okay, are you ready?
I have to put my music on.
You have to put your music on? Okay. Perfect. No problem. So Amelia was filling me in earlier. She was saying that she won this whole thing last year. So she's the defending champion. So I'm excited what move she's going to bring this year. Okay, she just took her boots off. That means she means business with this. Hey, Amelia, what song are you going to perform to? What song are we thinking for this? You forgot. Okay, well, whatever you think is right, we can wait. That is no problem. Oh, okay. Mark, you got me. I was just asked to sing. I wasn't prepared for this. I could sing Happy Birthday. It is America's birthday, right? Oh, she's about to play. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the stage to Miss Amelia, also known around here as Dancing Amelia. She is 10 years old and is our defending champion. Amelia, take it away, lady.
She just wants to be beautiful. She goes unnoticed. She knows no limits. She craves attention. She praises an image. She prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we're made of blind souls. She tries to cover up her pain and cut her woes away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after the face is made. But there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful. The stars and we're beautiful. And you don't have to change a thing. The world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful. The stars and we're beautiful. She has dreams to be an envy, so she's starving, you know, cover girls.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. You're watching a talent contest in Alcott Park on the southwest side of Milwaukee. Our Nicola Jenowitz is actually emceeing this talent show. You're watching the defending champ Amelia right now dancing to a song called "Scars to Your Beautiful." A wonderful song, has a great message to it. We've also seen one other contestant who was dribbling a basketball to at then Little Bow Wow song. They're playing basketball from the movie Like Mike. You may be familiar with that. It's an old one, but a good one. Used to watch it when I was a kid. But we are going to watch a number of contestants perform today. This is part of that community's 4th of July celebration. Nick is emceeing this for the second time around. That community there asked her to come back because she's very amazing, and we know how amazing she is here in studio. And so just wanted to give you a quick update as to what you're watching if you're just now joining us on the Wisconsin Live Desk. But you'll see many more talented performers just like Amelia afterwards.
All right, everybody, give it up for Amelia, our defending champion, 10 years old, performing a dance number. That was beautiful. I would say, Amelia, that is so much more than just dancing. You did gymnastics up here. There was some interpretive. I mean, it was beautiful. You could tell you were really feeling the lyrics of that song, too. Beautiful performance. Thank you. Okay, shall we keep it moving with doing a gymnastics dance hybrid performance? Let's welcome to the stage Brooklyn, 10 years old. Oh. Oh, geez, Alou, I am so sorry. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Okay, thank you for being so nice to me. Okay, yes, there is very clear order on here that I did not see. Please, okay, so, excuse me. Oh, this is exciting. We have a 2-year-old coming up. Maeve is doing her own thing. That is her talent. And oh, here she is. She's so cute. Hi, Maeve. Welcome. Oh my gosh. Oh, and you've got matching hair with your mom. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Dad's gonna play some music.
Oh, okay. You look so beautiful, Maeve. How you doing, lady? Come here. Should we get some music? How are you feeling about Party in the USA? Oh no. I think we have a little bit of nerves today. Well, I think we should come back to Maeve. That was a good call. All right, can we give it up, though, for Maeve? You know, as we talked about here a second ago, it takes a lot of gumption to get up here and to perform in front of all these people. When I was in kindergarten, we had like a music recital, and I had a very similar reaction, and that was kindergarten, so I was much older than Miss Maeve. We're going to come back to Maeve. Oh, do you think she's...
Let's do it. It's nap time, so let's do it now.
You want to do it now? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
Maeve, it is your time, my darling. Can we get some music for her? Party in the USA? Can we fire that up? I think music would help. This is a fun song. It's Miley Cyrus. It's a good bop. Oh, you like this song, Maeve? Here, Maeve, do you want to come dance with me?
I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here
I don't know.
We're going rogue, folks, with this show. That was... No. I think I love it. She's not feeling it right now. I think it's time for a nap. Wait, what's up? Excellent point. You are the talent that was listed for Maeve was doing her own thing, and that is precisely what she just did. So let's give it up for Miss Maeve. I think I've got to give a shout out to Mom, too, for those beautiful braids and outfits. She looks great. That was a fashion show, and she just did her own catwalk. See? There we go. That was beautiful. All right, let's keep her moving here, shall we? We are coming in at number 4. Okay, now we have Miss Brooklyn, 10 years old, doing a gymnastics dance hybrid performance. Did I get that wrong again? Oh, Brooklyn, hi, sorry.
Okay, real quick.
Oh, here, let me give you the mic.
We're going to do a quick trivia break. Wisconsin Lutheran College trivia break. Anybody that could tell me the year that Wisconsin Lutheran College was founded? It's not on my shirt. She doesn't count. Somebody else?
I know.
What do you think it is?
1973.
You win. Yay. Oh, she didn't watch. Lonnie's mom.
Oh. So she had a little insider intel there. Okay, we are getting the tunes fired up for Miss Brooklyn. 10 years old, going to be performing a gymnastics dance combination. She is our 4th contestant of the afternoon. Are you ready, ma'am? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Miss Brooklyn, 10 years old, performing a gymnastics dance combo. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Miss Brooklyn, 10 years old. Whoa, sorry, performing a gymnastics dance performance. Baby, you are a firework. That was amazing. Your performance was so powerful, you set off a car alarm. That was awesome. So I've got to ask you, how did you get that good at gymnastics?
Some of my friends, like 2 years ago, they helped me on the trampoline, but then I taught myself the rest.
You taught yourself that? You didn't take gymnastics class?
No, I did not.
I think we're going to see you in the Olympics someday.
I want to, but I also play softball, so I want to go to the Olympics for that.
Oh, okay. I like that very much. You will get there. Congratulations. You were excellent, Miss Brooklyn. I will let you grab a seat, hang out with your fam for a second. Okay, so now we've got contestant number 5, Amelia, another Amelia, a singing Amelia. We had a dancing Amelia, now we've got a singing Amelia. She is 4 years old.
Wisconsin Live Desk. We've been watching this talent show that our Nicola Jenowitz is hosting there at Alcott Park. It's in the southwest side of Milwaukee. Looks like the Wisconsin Lutheran College is involved as well. Plenty of talent from these kids that have taken the stage there. We saw somebody showing off his handles with the basketball, a couple of dancers, even some gymnastics there on the last one too. So plenty to talk about on this 4th of July. A lot of things happening really across the country that we are watching, which we're going to swing around to, but they include political news, severe weather, and a number of other things too. And I'm still getting some audio here. Let me take care of that. Okay, there we go. So thanks so much for being with us. This is the Wisconsin Live Desk. Again, Sam Kramer here after Donovan Long took care of us in the first hour. If you are unfamiliar, this is one of our new tools here at Fox 6 that allows us to stream and just kind of be live when we need to be live. And that gives us a lot of advantages as far as covering the news when the news needs to be covered. Let's take a swing around here as I look around at our sources here. Okay. So let's go back to here. This is the, again, what we're watching is the talent show at Alcott Park, talent contest happening there. It's part of the 4th of July celebrations. Number of parades, at least scheduled for today. We know the Waukesha one was canceled. Our poor Brett Lemoyne was planning to ride in that in a classic car, almost 100 years old, but they were rained out. I actually just came to the station from Franklin. I was riding in the Franklin parade. And that one was all good, a little bit of rain, but no big deal. Swing around here to second shot. There's the airport. And as far as travel today, really not too bad, right? Today's not so much the day that people are actually going to head to the skies or hit the road, perhaps. It's kind of, you're already there. You're just going to the cookouts, the pool, golf, fireworks, what have you. And so everything seems relatively calm over at the airport. Now we're going to bounce over to the White House, and there's a reason for that. Today, President Trump is planning to sign into law the bill known as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. There's been a lot of drama, a lot of contention, political over this. Over the last several weeks, it is his landmark legislation, provides tax cuts in that it extends the tax cuts he signed into law in 2017, which were set to expire. Republicans are calling that a huge win. It also provides, ancillary funding for a number of other sources. It includes the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, ICE, border security as well. And so, again, Republicans are calling this a big win. Democrats on the other side are not. They look at the cuts that are made to Medicaid, Medicare, that are going to, put in some requirements as well for people that need to get that health care. So the president is planning to sign that bill into law at a military picnic today around 4 o'clock. So we are watching for that, certainly, as we look around here. And as I mentioned the severe weather, I'm going to pull up a shot here if I can. Let's see, is that good to go? It is good to go. We're going to go down to Texas now. And this is a live shot courtesy of the Fox affiliate in San Antonio, KABB. You see in the upper left-hand corner. Severe weather is just hammering the San Antonio area here as we're in Hunt, Texas. It's outside of San Antonio. We're looking at power crews coming in there to tend to power outages. It has just been a brutal 4th of July. Again, we kind of talked about the unfortunate circumstances up here, right, with weather canceling the Waukesha parade, the 4th of July parade earlier this morning. The storms kind of rolled on through, but it's a lot worse down south here in Texas where, rescue operations are underway. Firefighters are, working to bring people out of these damaged areas and really kind of flood-ridden areas. So certainly not the way these communities were hoping to spend the 4th of July, but nevertheless, first responders, again, called into action because that is the job. That is the job that they do. So back here in Milwaukee, we're covering a number of things today. 4th of July celebrations. Summerfest is back. Some news from the Milwaukee Police Department in that one of the officers who was shot last week, the surviving officer, Officer Christopher McCrae, actually stopped by his police district, Milwaukee Police District 2, for a brief visit. The police department said just really to kind of stop in and say hello to his colleagues, to his coworkers after what has been just a really troubling 8 days or so for that district in particular, having lost Officer Kendall Corder, which we've covered extensively here on the Wisconsin Live Desk, of course, across our FOX6 News Milwaukee channels. But for him to swing by there today was a good sign for all of them, a morale boost, if you will. And I think probably both for the officers and the staff that work in that district, but also for Officer McCrae himself, who we did see at the procession when Officer Corder's body was taken from Frederick Hospital to the Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office. That was Sunday. And so powerful pictures posted online there to see him, again, just taken care of and coming back to say hello after, again, what has been a really tough week for him, for their families, and for the department as a whole. I'm looking back here to see where my sources are. Let's see here. Live View 9. Okay, so we're going to go back to the talent show and check in and see if we're finding the next budding stars here. Let's take a look here.
Okay, we're having some speaker issues. Okay, well, that's no problem. All right, ladies, well, do you want to chat with me a little bit about how you all know each other? Have you been... Your family? Oh, okay. Well, we are going to pause the Q&A here for a few minutes. I just found out these lovely ladies are family, and they are going to be doing a family performance of gymnastics to the tune of Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. One more time, guys, give it up for these lovely ladies. Our gymnastics trio, Elizabeth, Kate, and Jolie. Okay, guys, let's give it up one more time for Elizabeth, Kate, and Jolie, our family gymnastics trio. They are perhaps the Partridges, the Bradys of Alcott Park. Okay, next we have group number 9 here. We have Miss Annabelle, who is 9 years old, performing Don't Give Up. I'm so sorry, it says Annabelle. So it's not Annabelle. Forgive me, it's Evelyn. Okay, good. Evelyn, are you here? Evelyn, I'm so sorry I got your name wrong. Evelyn is 9 years old and will be performing Don't Give Up on Me. And then I want to make a quick announcement, too, that coming up after Miss Evelyn, we have JJ doing a breakdancing performance. So get ready for that. Okay. Evelyn, are you here? No, you're fine. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulties here, folks. Annabelle, is there an Annabelle who's 9? That's who I've got on here. Annabelle. Oh, okay. Are you singing? Oh, okay. Well, come on up. Wonderful. All right, we got Annabelle, 9 years old, singing "Don't Give Up on Me." Let's give her a round of applause, everybody. Jeez, Lou, I'm so sorry. Can you tell I wake up at 2:30 in the morning? All right, there you go.
What's happening?
I will fight. I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. I will stay. I will stay for you. We'll make it to the other side like lovers do. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours too, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left, so don't give up on me. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes, I'm not going down that easily, so don't give up on me. Now we'll I'll hold on to you. No matter what this world throws, I won't shake me loose. I'll reach my hand out in the dark and wait for yours too, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when they down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left, so don't give up on me. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes, I'm not going down that easily, so don't give up on me. I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annabelle. What made you pick that beautiful song?
It's because I've been going through a rough time.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, you wear it very well, but I'm sure it's heavy. It's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Excellent work. All right, guys, let's give a huge round of applause for Miss
Well, how about
Annabelle,
that?
9 years
Annabelle singing a song there because she's been going through a rough time, and just the maturity to stick a performance like that. We've been watching the Alcott Park, talent contest. Let's try that one more time. Alcott Park talent contest that our own Nicola Jenowitz is hosting there on the southwest side of the city, along with Wisconsin Lutheran College there. It looks like just a great opportunity for these kids to come out, show their talents, and just kind of a different way to celebrate the 4th that we love to see there. So earlier we had mentioned that some of the news with Milwaukee Police and that just the hard time that this department has been having, and they did get a little bit of good news today. I want to show you this photo that Milwaukee Police District 2 shared today. That right there, the smiling gentleman, is Officer Christopher McCrae. He was one of the 2 officers that was shot during what police have described to be an ambush last week Thursday, near 25th and Garfield. Officer McCrae was hit in his back and in his foot, requiring surgery on his foot. His partner, Kendall Corder, died following his injuries from that shooting, again on 25th and Garfield, when they were called for a weapons call. Officer McCrae was released from the hospital on Saturday of last weekend. He came out with this beaming smile as he was being rolled out of a wheelchair to lines on both sides of police officers, detectives, lieutenants, you name it, there to show their support and really just be there for him after going through a tough time. He's injured himself, but I have to imagine, based on the descriptions that we have heard about who he is, about who Officer Kendall Corder is, the bigger loss was that his partner, again, Officer Kendall Corder, died. And you have to imagine that this moment today, him stopping in to see his colleagues there at District 2, who, again, are going through a lot. They're mourning. It's hard to move on, especially on holidays. When you lose someone so close to you, and especially in that line of work, there's an inherent risk, right? We've heard Milwaukee Police talk about that. But at the end of the day, these people are humans, and so they feel things just like those of us that aren't in this position. So again, a touching moment there. Happy to see that he was at least able to pop in. And again, I'm thinking it was probably beneficial for both parties, right? Not just the people that work there, but for Officer McCrae as well. I want to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at just kind of what's going on today in terms of fireworks, in terms of Summerfest. It's the second to last day of Summerfest. And then swing by some of the parades. And again, I was in one this morning in the city of Franklin, my old hometown. So
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Hi, everybody. Sam Kramer here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Thanks so much for being with us on this Friday afternoon. It's July 4th. Happy Independence Day to you and yours. Hopefully you are enjoying the day that is here. Again, the 4th of July, just a perfect day out, at least right now in southeast Wisconsin with the sun shining and plenty to do. Again, it is the final weekend of Summerfest. Let's take a look at who you can see if you want to get down to the big gig this weekend. Here is the U.S. Cellular Connection Stage, of which FOX6 is a proud sponsor there on the north side of the grounds. There's Darren Keeley, Georgie Nahar, Max McNone, and Alex Warren. Of those four, Alex Warren, probably the most known. His song Ordinary is a huge hit just about everywhere. The radio, on social media, TikTok especially. So if you are looking for something to do, certainly the U.S. Cellular Connection Stage would welcome you with open arms today on this Friday afternoon. As far as the headliners at the amphitheater, we've got Bad Omens, Spirit Box, and We Came as Romans tonight. So kind of rock alternative there at the amphitheater on Friday, July 4th. As again, Summerfest is hoping to get a lot of folks downtown to enjoy Independence Day with shows and food and drinks and good times there as well. Of course, maybe fireworks are what you are looking for today. We have an interactive map of all the shows that have been going on all weekend on fox6now.com with our fireworks tracker. Our web team puts a lot of work into this. I actually just clicked into that and found a laundry list of shows going on tonight. If you were bummed that this Milwaukee County moved to the drone show last night and you kind of feel like you're missing those booms, the oohs and the ahs, here you go. Milwaukee County, there's 4 parks: Washington Park, Jackson Park, Lincoln Park, Gordon Park. Those are all at 9:15. Franklin is 9:30. Brookfield is interesting, 9:17, oddly specific. That's probably about the time dusk hits, but I found that interesting. 9:17 on the dot is when they'll get started in Brookfield. Pewaukee, Hales Corners, and Cudahy, they're all going to start at dusk, and New Berlin starts at 10 o'clock. So you certainly have your options in and around Milwaukee, the greater Milwaukee area, Washington County, and Waukesha County, I should say, as far as fireworks tonight. It is the 4th of July, and for the 5th year in a row, I had the privilege of riding in the City of Franklin's 4th of July parade, the Independence Day parade. Just a great time. A parade I rode in as a kid. I remember driving a little Tykes Jeep with my sister, and for the 5th year in a row since I've been back here with FOX6, riding with my friends at the Point After Pub and Grill. It's a bar there in Franklin. They've got long-time connections, too, in terms of family. And they had me out. We've got the magnets there right in the back. So good to see so many of you, whether it's people I've known for decades or, you know, former classmates or teachers or what have you, or just viewers that really appreciate what we do here. It was so good to see so many of you. And I have to imagine, too, there are some savvy kids, probably more so parents, that see the magnet and think, hey, I just got to say this guy's name and get his attention so that he'll throw candy our way. We're on to you. But hey, I respect it nonetheless. It was a good day for it. A little bit of drizzle at the start of it as I'm sitting in the back of that pickup truck wondering, should I have brought an umbrella for this? But it was actually okay. The rain stopped, the clouds kind of parted, the sun came out, and we're halfway through, and I feel the sweat coming down my face saying, you know what, I think we're okay. And that's how it goes, Franklin 4th of July. So just a ton of families out and kids out enjoying the day. I know there in Franklin they have the Franklin Festival, tons of rides and such as people get ready for celebration. So, but one of the things that we've been watching here on the Wisconsin Live Desk, as I'm going to pull it up here, is the talent show at Alcott Park, as we're having another competitor here take the stage. Let's listen in.
Game starts. Kissy face, send me phone, but I'm trying to get feelings for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm mine, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Oh, don't you want me like Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow and tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the Hey, so now you know the game. Are you ready? 'Cause I'm coming to get you. Get you, get you. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm on my way. Hold on, I'm on my way. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm on my way. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the just meet me at the just meet me at the just meet me at the
That was a really hard song. It was so fast, and you knew every word. Let's give her one more round of applause here. That was fabulous. Thank you.
We're watching the talent contest at Alcott Park there, southwestern portion of Milwaukee. Again, our Nicola Jenowitz, the host there. We're going to take a break, kind of reset as we approach the top of the hour here, 2 o'clock on the Wisconsin Live Desk. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with a look at what's happening here and across the country.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Hi everybody, Sam Kramer checking in from the Wisconsin Live Desk. It is Friday, July 4th. Happy Independence Day to you and yours, and thank you so much for joining us on the newest tool that we have here at the FOX6 Studios in Brown Deer. Again, hope you are having a great 4th. Let's take a look at what's happening in our area. We've been kind of dipping in and out of this talent contest at Alcott Park. Our Nicola Jenowitz is serving as the MC, and kids, they have been showing off their talents. We've seen basketball performances, we have seen singing, and dancing, perhaps like a little combination of both here. And how about her outfit? The stars and the stripes, she's got it all covered there. Let's take a look at what else is happening in the area today. This July 4th here. A lot of people have probably already traveled, but as we take a look at the roads, yeah, they seem all right. These are the traffic cameras from the state of Wisconsin there. This is I-41, or excuse me, 894 coming up, 794 perhaps. Anyway, the freeway coming up to the home bridge. And so everything seems to be clear. Part of the reason for that would be the weather. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. After, a couple of dangerous looking cells, I guess you could say, you see they're moving south over Waukesha County and Walworth County. It really wasn't too bad. And now we have sunshine. There really isn't much in terms of cloud cover. So again, if your 4th of July included a slip and slide, perhaps a pool, maybe a day at the beach, you really are in good shape here in Milwaukee County. Of course, we are keeping an eye on things that are happening outside of our area as well. I want to take a little bit of a spin around here. This is in Texas, where we are looking live at a press conference that is waiting to happen there in Austin, Texas. The state of Texas has been dealing with some severe weather today, really particularly flooding, flash flooding and severe flooding there. So the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, I believe Dan Patrick, is slated to speak at some time. When he does, we will dip into some of that as well to hear how first responders are tending, again, these treacherous conditions on a holiday. As many people were hoping to be celebrating and congregating with friends and family. Instead, it's something else. I'm going to switch over here now to, let's see what's happening in LA. This is a parade in Los Angeles, the 4th of July parade. And interestingly here, you see some pride, but also you see some people that perhaps are concerned with the state of the country, the state of politics. Obviously, we have been covering issues and kind of infighting in Los Angeles with what has happened with ICE agents and that sort of tension between the city and the federal government, including the state of California and the federal government, which differ politically. So, you see some people holding the flag upside down. It's just supposed to be a sign of distress. Other people holding it straight up. We've seen Mexican flags there and other countries represented as well. So this is a feed from our sister station in Los Angeles. It looks like from a helicopter. So something we are keeping tabs on, really just kind of across the country. The other big story of the day, especially politically, takes us to Washington, D.C. This shot here is a kind of a stakeout at the White House there in the West Wing, according to that sign at least. A lot of folks, a lot of attention being paid here, not just because it's an Independence Day, but because President Donald Trump is set to sign his landmark legislation, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, after it was passed in the last few days by both the Senate in the wee hours of the night and then the House of Representatives as well, really on a party line vote. Senator Ron Johnson had been Wisconsin Senior Senator Ron Johnson had been one of the loudest critics, particularly from the Republican Party, on this bill, concerned about its effects on the debt, and particularly if it is passed, how it would add trillions to the debt. But nevertheless, he did meet with President Donald Trump in the White House. And after first voting no on a procedural vote to get that bill on the floor, while the vote was still open Saturday night, he flipped his vote to yes to give Republicans what they needed to then kind of move it forward again procedurally to be able to pass it there in the days that followed. So he being President Trump, is set to sign that bill at 4 o'clock at a military parade military picnic that is happening at the White House. As we take another look here, flag flying high. Again, it looks to be a pretty good day there in D.C. as well. Certainly, probably its best day of the year, right, when it comes to the 4th of July and celebrating our nation's independence with all the history, certainly that Washington, D.C. is known for. And again, I think if you ask Republicans, they're making some history today as well. So we are swinging around and kind of keeping an eye on things on this 4th of July for you. I want to go back, if we can, to the talent show that we have happening in Alcott Park. I just think these these contestants, these kids, are so cute in how they are just stepping up to the mic, not fearing anything, just getting up there and performing, because that's really what it's all about. Let's listen in again here as we have another contestant taking the stage.
Now we'll see. Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, then there's Utah, Vermont, I'm almost through. Virginia, there's Washington, and West Virginia too. Could Wisconsin be the last state, or is it 49? No, Wyoming is the last state in the 50 states that rhyme. Thank you for watching.
That was great. That had a real beat to it, too. That was a fun song. Thank you so much, McKenna, 15 years old. Let's give her a round. That was really good. Wow. Okay, that was really impressive. I'm really excited for this next act, guys. We have Kirsten and Michelle. They're going to be performing a music duet for us. Are they here? Oh, beautiful. All right. So their total age is 85. So you do the math on that one. Huh? You're the, oh, beautiful. Welcome. All right. Do you guys want to do it on the grass? Do you want to come up here? I like that. I like that. Okay, the grass is what we're thinking. Do you guys need a microphone? No. They said no. Oh, careful. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, my cords are everywhere. All right, let's welcome to the stage. Fireworks. You're so funny. They're just warming up for tonight. All right, let's give a big, warm Alcott Park welcome to Kirsten and Michelle. Total age of 85, doing a music duet.
How about that nice little medley
Please
there
take a bow.
featuring
That
a
was
number of
phenomenal.
patriotic songs, ending there on America the Beautiful, which again, historic 4th of July song that was written by Catherine Lee Bates after she had made a trip over Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs. Colorado was actually the last market I worked in, so it's almost required learning if you work in that market. But nevertheless, good performance there, again, from the Alcott Park Talent Contest happening on this 4th of July. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to hear from our political reporter, Jason Calvi, who has been tracking kind of the big political news of the day, that is President Donald Trump, again, preparing to sign his landmark legislation, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which is its actual title as passed. Jason's in the newsroom. He's going to join us on the other side of this break when we're back on the Wisconsin Live Desk.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Hi everybody, Sam Kramer back with you here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. It is Friday, July 4th. Happy Independence Day to you and yours, as again, we are rounding out the second hour here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. It's 2:16. Right now I want to take a live look in Washington, D.C. at the White House, where the anticipation is building, not because it is Independence Day, but rather what is happening on this Independence Day. That is President Donald Trump preparing to sign what will be his landmark legislation of his second term. That is the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. He is set to sign it at a military picnic that is happening at the White House coming up at 4 o'clock. And joining us now to talk about that is our political reporter, Jason Calvi. Jason is live in the newsroom for us. I guess, Jason, kind of spell out for us what you are tackling today and perhaps how this bill is going to impact Wisconsin.
Hey, Sam. Yeah, it's definitely going to have major impact on Wisconsin. One of the things it's going to do is make cuts to Medicaid, so Badger Care in the state of Wisconsin. And one of the things that's going on here is when you look at the Department of Health Services in Wisconsin, they're estimating that this big bill could lead to 63,000 people being at risk, very serious risk of losing their health insurance in Wisconsin because of Badger Care. Why is that? Why is it possible that we'll have those cuts estimated at the federal level and also at the state level under programs like Badger Care? That's because it does have work requirements in there. So for example, people will have to search for a job, they can volunteer, or they have to work 20 hours a week in order to be able to qualify for Badger Care moving forward. So that's one of the big changes in the Big Beautiful Bill Act. That is the official name. One Big Beautiful Bill Act. So that was kind of the talking point. That was kind of the way that Republicans had described that bill, and that's actually now the official title of that bill as well, Sam. So that's one of the big issues. We're looking at cuts to food stamps as well. Really, when it comes down to it, Sam, this is either when you talk to people, at least, when you're talking to lawmakers of both sides, it's either the best bill or it's the worst bill, depending on your perspective. All of the Wisconsin Democrats voted against this, and all of the Wisconsin Republicans voted for it in Congress, whether they're in the Senate or the House. So that just shows you how divided really the country is on this bill, and you're going to hear a lot of that in the next year and a half, because this is one of those key battleground states. We know that from 2024, and what's going to happen is you're going to hear both sides really trying to paint that picture. Was this the best bill ever or the worst bill ever? When you talk to Republicans, they're going to talk about how this is going to make permanent those 2017 tax cuts that were first passed in the first term of President Donald Trump. Those are set to expire, so this bill will then expand those tax cuts permanently. It will also add something called no tax on tips. So the question here is what's going to happen with people that provide services? Are they going to all of a sudden say, well, a haircut's no longer going to cost you $30, it's going to be $5, but wink, wink, I'm expecting a bigger tip. I don't know. That's just a hypothetical. Don't know what's going to happen there, but this is something that was talked about on the campaign trail. This is going to become a reality. So if you have those tip money, when you go to file your taxes under this new bill, which will be signed in about 2 hours by President Donald Trump at the White House, these things would be then exempted from the income tax. So that's one thing it's going to do. It's going to also provide some tax relief or some tax help to people that are older population making less than $75,000 a year. So that's another thing it's going to do. It's also, they call it this big bill because it not only deals with that tax thing, extending out the tax cuts from 2017, giving the no tax on tips and things like that, but it also will invest in the border. Border security will be a big part of this. That was another one of those Trump campaign promises, to get tough on the border. We have seen the numbers coming over the border have really sunk under this new administration. So that's another thing this is going to do, invest in border security. It'll also invest in the development of a golden dome. We saw the Iron Dome in Israel, so this will invest in protection for our troops as well as the homeland here in the United States, Sam.
Yeah, so there's a lot to it, and I'm glad you mentioned the Wisconsin delegation. Again, Ron Johnson had been really the main Republican critic, at least in the Senate, on this, saying that he was concerned about what happens to the debt ceiling within this bill. And you wonder how this stacks up heading into next year's midterm. Certainly Democrats are hoping that it provides them the momentum needed to flip and perhaps break some of that Republican control in Congress, so that President Donald Trump and his administration just can't do whatever they want. And frankly, they really can't even right now. There are narrow majorities. They have to wheel and deal perhaps with members of their party that are a bit more traditional conservatives than farther to the right. So Jason, we'll look forward to your reports on that. We'll let you get back to work. Thanks for being with us here on the live desk. We're going to take a break here right now, and when we come back, the talent show that we have been watching at Alcott Park in Milwaukee County looks to be deliberating, and we may have a winner here before we get out of here at 2:30. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll check on things there at the park and see if we may have a winner here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Again, you're watching the Wisconsin Live Desk. We'll be right back.
This is the Wisconsin Live Desk.
Hey everybody, Sam Kramer back here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. It is 2:24. We're taking you home on the second hour here again of the Wisconsin Live Desk, our new tool here at the FOX6 Studios here in Brown Deer to really just kind of take a look at what's happening, not just here, but across the nation and across the world. We have been keeping close tabs on a talent contest, in Alcott Park. Let me fix that. There we go. In Alcott Park, where a bunch of kids have been showing off their talents. That is singing, it's dancing, it's performing with musical instruments. I even had one guy dribble like he was in the old movie Like Mike, if you remember, from the early 2000s. And so even had the soundtrack to match with it. So right now the judges, they are deliberating. Not sure what the rubric was for this, but nevertheless, we will bring you right back if we do have a winner there. Again, this talent show, at least co-sponsored by the Wisconsin Lutheran College, and our own Nicola Jenowitz has been the lovely MC, kind of keeping tabs on things for us. Again, it is the 4th of July. Other things are happening this weekend as well, including Summerfest. This is the U.S. Cellular Connection Stage headliners for tonight. From left to right, Darren Keeley, Georgie Nahar, Max McNone, and Alex Warren. Alex Warren is the big one there, having kind of hit it big over the last several months with his hit single, Ordinary. This could be the opportunity if you want to see him before he kind of explodes even more. It's tonight at the U.S. Cellular Connection Stage. Over at the big one, the American Family Insurance Amphitheater, it's Bad Omens, Spirit Box, and We Came as Romans. So it's a rock show tonight there. A little bit of alternative rock as well. So that will be the vibe at the amphitheater there on the south side of Henry Meyer Festival Park there for Summerfest tonight on what is the second to last night, again, with this 3-weekend structure. Of course, it is the 4th of July. You could also be looking for fireworks. We have an interactive map for you on our website, fox6now.com. You navigate to the fireworks tracker. There are tons of shows tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them between Milwaukee and Waukesha counties. The Milwaukee County Parks are all planning to light some off at 9:15. I shouldn't say all of them, but specifically Washington Park, Jackson Park, Lincoln Park, and Gordon Park. Franklin's at 9:30. Brookfield at 9:17 on the dot. It's dusk for Pewaukee, Hales Corners, and Cudahy, and the New Berlin is tonight at 10 o'clock. So if you are hoping to get into the 4th of July spirit, you should be good there. As we take a look over here at, let's see, take up the satellite and radar here. There we go. So at least for right now, it looks like the skies should be clear for those fireworks. We did have some rain this morning. That kind of moved from north to south, really toward the southeast. You even see it trailing off there toward Lake Geneva in Walworth County over toward the state line there. But so far, so good. A lot of people getting out today, golfing. The beaches looked like they had some decent crowds here on this 4th of July, and then certainly all the Independence Day celebrations that are happening as well. But I want to take you back here. It looks like someone's taking the microphone. We may have news on the Alcott Park Talent Show. Let's listen in.
A lot of rappers from the candy and the parade and stuff. That would be great. Or in the field. Otherwise, we're also going to meet here tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to do a sweep of the parade route too, because nobody's going to do that, so we are. So we'd appreciate the help. Thank you.
Okay, maybe we jumped the gun there. I keep bringing up this box. I got to fix that. There we go. So they're performing. It looks like people are hanging out. They're playing some music. They've been waiting, again, for the judges to deliberate, but it looked like they were just waiting on some people to help out and clean up tomorrow after things get going there. So we'll see what happens. Look at the contestants. They are enjoying it as they should be on this beautiful 4th of July. Great one to be in any Milwaukee County Park here in southeast Wisconsin. So I don't know if we missed it. I don't believe we have. But yeah, nevertheless, we'll see if we can get something from Nicola there on who won. But nevertheless, it's been entertaining to watch all of those kids, these participants, kind of face their fears, face the trouble that they've been going through, and just get up on stage and perform on this 4th of July. I really love this idea. First time I'd heard of it, but I just love how empowering it is. And let's see, they're moving the microphone here. So yeah, so the kids can get up on the stage there, and why not? It's the 4th of July. Get the photos, and certainly love all the patriotic looks there as well. Let's just take one more look over at the White House. Again, that'll be the big story politically. That is President Donald Trump signing the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which is coming at 4 o'clock. So thanks so much for joining us here on the Wisconsin Live Desk. Have a great weekend. Have a great holiday weekend.